It's not quite right to say it's not related to AI, because in a way that is in the background actually. Typically big selling of volatility tends to coincide with where markets have a relatively clear direction. So what happens is that investors get confident that the trend, whatever it is, whether it's up or down, but particularly during bullish markets, they get confident that the trend is going to extend, and that means that what they're willing to do is to enhance their returns. They're willing to sell options to other people, whether it's through ETFs or whether it's just over the counter, and because they think that there's a predictable path here, so that means that we'll have plenty of time to get out. If the options go wrong, plenty of time for us to cover those exposures, and especially they will sell the downside put options. They'll be thinking, oh, the market's got this trend is so good, it's going to be such a long time before it reverses. We're not at much risk on the downside. Now, in the very short term, one of the things that could derail this very badly is Nvidia. Nvidia has become the largest retail stock in the market. That means that more people, it's overtaken from Tesla. More retail punters in the US are using Nvidia than any other. And we all know what happens when they suddenly lose faith in a particular stock like that. It could be very unpleasant.
But the thing is, how real is this risk? Especially when you consider that it is a different backdrop now. You take a look at the S&P, it's doubled over the last 6 years. So is it really warranting that, caution?
The big problem that happens with these kind of things is that an event comes along from left field that people just weren't prepared for. That's typically what derails these plays. So, for example, we've got the Bank of Japan coming up. The calls for the Bank of Japan to tighten policy are becoming louder and louder. There's a wide assumption in the marketplace that the Bank of Japan is not really going to hurt global financial markets, because the move is going to be fairly small. People have seen it coming for a long time, until they didn't. So we've seen it before, that even though a change in policy, and don't forget, the Bank of Japan is the only major central bank considering tightening policy. Other people have done it already, and we're thinking about rate cuts in other places. So the people are comfortable with the idea, oh, the Bank of Japan is a small rate change, it won't have a major impact. Maybe it will. Maybe the market is not as prepared for the Bank of Japan as we're assuming, and that can start a spiral of events. Starts hitting with Japanese equities already a bit soft already in anticipation of this. That could spiral into European, into American markets. Suddenly, before you know it, you've got a bit of an avalanche starting, and it all looks very different.
The thing is, truth be told, it is a higher bar for contagion, right? But if you were to look into the crystal ball, might this happen in the next, 6 months, 12 months? Are we looking at 24 months?
No, I think if it's going to happen, it's going to happen within 6 months. This is the way it's building up. For it to have an impact, for it to really hurt people, it has to happen within a few months. If it happens in 12 months' time, by then a lot of these option positions will have expired anyway. So it has to happen while there's a large amount of them outstanding, which is now. And they probably will be rolled over in the short term. So if it's going to happen, it's a near-term event. It's not something for next year.
If there is one telltale sign, what would that be?
It will be something like where, for no particular reason, you see a major sell-off, particularly in the US markets, for example. So we have a week where, this week we've got CPI data in the US, so it probably won't be that. It'll be a week when there's not much data, maybe no Fed speakers, everything looks calm on the surface, and the market ends badly that week. And why did it? There's no particular reason. And that's the start of people unwinding positions, and it snowballs.